Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and this is my latest mani using the plates that came in the box of magic. And yeah, it's a mess because, well, I have been playing with the plates, trying to figure out different ideas and items to do, and this is one of the latest ones I came up with. And a lot of comments I get are on not so much just seeing what I did, but how I did. So this is what I'm going to attempt to recreate and show you how you can do what are the words? Words are hard. And we're in that point right now. A lot of things are being very difficult these days. So, well, see if we have a little sticker. He's like way right down here in the corner. The guy we got from yesterday's box. So, I wanted to move on and do other things with all the things I have. And I didn't want to mess up my mani before I had a chance to share it. So my brain's a little scattered in that there's all these ideas I want to play with, but to play with those ideas, I'm going to make a mess, and I don't want to have the mess before I have a chance to share. So that's where we are. And I'm going to go through the items really quick. So if you're not interested in that, you can fast forward to the part where I get started on this. But until I have a chance to do the update of the links of all the items, because not everything is available. So I'm going to go through and show you what's I used. That way you'll have at least the list to write down the names and the information for when they become available, or until I can get the links on the description of this video. Yeah, I'm over here talking with my hands and I forget you can't see. Starting off with just no specific order, this is how I set things up, and it just kind of came out this way. So I did use the sticky base coat, which is B384, the BAM white, which is B170, let's see, the straight up black, which is B171. There was, let's see here, also the smudge free top coat, which is a B382. There is coconut, I think it's coconut, yeah, coconut, which is B268, and I recommend you get all of these because these are going to be specifically not necessary, but useful in the sense that as you progress, if you don't think you're going to need them, or you don't have them, if you're a beginner, or to wherever extent that you are in these things, at some point you will be using these things if you're not already. There is Glam, which is P122, and this is also part of a set that came with a pink and a silver, and I love the silver. And I don't remember, I think there is Glisten and, okay, yeah, the pink is Glisten, is P123. I use this one a lot, and yeah, I use masking tape around the bottle tops because it's easier to get them undone, because then the ones that have the slick, they're hard to turn. Oh no, that's not the right one. There is Mist, which is P120. I did not use this one, and I did not use the pink one. I was just showing you that they're all part of it. These are polishes, not stamping polishes, but they can be used. This one is so similar, sometimes I grab this one instead of this one, and this is the one I'm meant to grab, and this is Gleam, and I love this one. I use this one and the pink one a lot. As you can tell, they're so we are putting them all back in their little happy spots so that they can not get lost and free up my station, because I got a lot of stuff to show you. So where were we? Next we have Smoke Show. This came in the box of magic, so if you have not purchased it, I recommend while it's still available. I think they ordered extra, anticipating, because the first year it sold out within a few hours. The second year it sold out within a few hours of that as well. It wasn't around for very long. So I think they learned from those two experiences of things, and they got extra. So they still do have some if you're interested, or if you have to wait for payday or whatever the case. It's when they sell out is when they sell out. So there's no date at which it will be unavailable, other than once the boxes are gone, they'll be sold out. It will not be restocked. They will not be getting more. But many of the items, because there are 13 items, I want to say there's 4 or 5 items this year that are exclusive to the box. So you can only get them if you purchase the whole set of the box, which is a relatively good deal to do, because 13 items, if you the average cost of most things in Maniology's the most common things that you use, which would be the plates and the polishes, run around $10 a piece. Some are $7, some are a little bit more than that, and it's a range, but the average is around $7 to $8. But if you take into account and just up it a couple of bucks, because there is one of the exclusive items is a plate holder. Do I have it? Oh, right here. Yes. It is a plate holder. This is one of the items that is exclusive to the box. These, I want to say, are like $13 a piece, and they hold there's 8, so 8 and 8 would be 16, so you can put 16 plates in this. And they come in different styles and different colors and shades, and so they change with the seasons and events. They have a standard one you can get all the time, year round, but that one is exclusive to the box. And I want to say, like I said, that's $12, $13, $14. So if you average out to $10 a piece for $13, it's $130. And the box, I think you can get for it's around $110, $105. And then if you use my code GRANDMAM, you can save another 10% off. So you're already getting a deal on that. But that's just my little spiller, because I'm not getting paid for it and I'm not getting compensated for it. Yes, if you use my code, I get a little bit of a discount at this point, and that helps me to be able to get more things to share with you and show you my experiences of them. But again, so at this point, Smoke Show is B488. This is not exclusive to the box. It is in the box of magic. It will be available on the site independently of itself, that later on it will become part of Maniology's regular stuff that you can purchase, but that has not been released yet, and I think we've got 2 or 3 more weeks before that might happen. I'm not sure, because I have not been actually given the date of when that will begin to unfold, that they will start releasing a lot of their Halloween items. So not only will they be releasing the things that are in the box that will be available on the website, there's other additional things that you can buy independently as well. So there's a whole boatload of stuff coming out. Plus they have the monthly subscription. Again, not getting paid for this. The monthly subscription, if you pay for it monthly, is $25 plus tax. If you pay for it in an advance, so you can do a prepay of 3 or 6 months in advance. Those prices bring it down a little bit more, and you can find those on the website. And currently, these are the plates that are in the September's box. So this is the one that is live now, that if you go to their website and sign up, you will get these plates and the polishes that come in with it. Whoops, don't want to knock everything over. Are these polishes. And I did do a video opening that box yesterday, so that should be there and available. And then the gift that you get, because there's always a gift that comes, you get 5 of the tools that are the brushes. They come in different colors, different shades, and they're dual ended, so you get different size brushes and different size dotting tools. And there's 5 brushes of different colors. There's a pink and a green and a blue and a purple, and they're so cute. Anyway, so moving on. Okay, this item I'm going to be using, this is a metal tip. It's a little sharp, pointy metal item. I don't know if you can see that focus. Oh, there it goes. This is not from Maniology. This is a set I got from someplace else a really long time ago. and I'm using it just specifically for this, but you can use one of the dotting tools. You can use almost anything that you have. So that's one of the items that I just wanted to share. So then there's also, this is in the box of magic, and this is B486, and this one is Charmed, and then Trickster is B487. This one is already available on the website. It's called Pumpkinhead B254. The other one I used is Fireside, and it is B189. And then the last polish I used, I know this seems like it's a big hot mess. The last one I used is Raisin, and that is B452. So what I did really quick, now that I've been rambling on now for God only knows how long, is the other plate that I did, and again, these plates are not available yet. They will be available soon. So again, I'll go through listing the plates, and that is from the box of magic is a B410. This one I think is, because it's a mess, B412. Also, I think this one is a B408. I will link all that again though, and then B409. And no, I didn't clean them off yet. I usually do clean things off after I'm done or before I put them away. It's just there's been a lot going on in the last couple of days, and I've been doing other things, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do more with those plates, so it's just kind of how things transpire in of themselves. Then you're going to need a scraper, and then the other item I used is this plate, which is always on the website, a great plate to get for so many reasons. And here you can see what my mess was, and I was saving this just so that I could show how I did it. Is M319, and it is the block, BLOCK, something to that extent. So I'm gonna move out here a little bit so that you can get a better angle of what I'm doing, and I'll just leave that. So what I did, and I'm hoping I'll be able to get all this in, is, so I have this to be able to demonstrate on, and several of the card scrapers would be helpful, as well as your stamper. So I took the colors, and this is a lot of people like to do the ombres but find it difficult to do. So I think this one people are gonna like, because it's a mixture of the other, how you would do, number one, an ombre, and how you would do a marble. Most people like the effects of them, but the skill set of being able to acquire them takes a bit of a minute to be able to process. This one takes no skill set, and this was just quick. Now what I'm doing is I'm just dabbing a dot, and I'm not touching each other. If you do happen to touch the previous color, I recommend you wipe that off before you put that back in your bottle, so that you do not mix your colors. So what I did is, I'm also trying to remember, so forgive me, because I'm not a nail tech person in the sense of how I do things. I'm just kind of winging it, because I've been doing my nails for a very long time, and people have been saying, I want to see what you do, so this is me doing my best to share what I do. So there's that. Now, this is the mixing of the part of the process, and I did a base on the nail where I did my base coat, and then I did the sticky. So I got the purple, purple, red, red, purple, purple, no, purple, purple, red, green, and orange. Gotta keep track. Talking and chewing bubble gum is one thing, but like how the ladies on the Maniology Live say, sometimes when you're trying to do things and explain things and talk at the same time, The brain tends to get a little loopy because scientists say do about 7 things at a time that you can hold in memory. And then the 8th thing, everything else, the 7 before go. It has to do with Alzheimer's and all the other stuff. So I put that down. I took my little tool and basically ever so lightly, I just kind of ran through it so that you're getting the colors. And this is kind of like how the marbling comes through. This is how, where you're taking your design. And then I wipe this off because it's easier to get most of it off at the time you're doing it while it's still wet than to come back and try and do it after it's dried. So this would be your nail, and then you would do the base coat and then your sticky coat. Now, your scraper, ever so lightly, and you want to do this very, very gently at a level, because usually when you're scraping, you're kind of doing it at a slight angle and a little bit of pressure, but it depends on the plate and it depends on the thickness of your card. It depends on a lot of things, the images and the paint that you're doing, how much you scrape or how lightly you scrape. So at this point, I'm just taking this and kind of doing a smoosh so that the colors kind of do that. And you see where I get that on the back? And then I'm taking my stamper and I'm picking that smoosh up, and then it kind of made it more of a mess. And then I did my stamping from this, and try not to slide. And then you get your mixture, and then I kind of went through and used up everything that was on the stamper, just in the order that you see. I'm hoping this is translating. The order that you see that you feel that you want to add to your nail. And so there's just kind of how I put the base down. Now, you can come back and do more nails because this is still wet. You can still get all of the rest of this and put this on as much nails. And I was pretty much able to do about 2 nails with each of these smooshes and did my whole hands with the mess that I created here. So then we're going to clear off our stamper. Now, and then I'm going to set this aside out of the way because it's wet and we don't want to make a mess with that anyplace else, which I tend to do. Oh, that is now out of the way. And then I'm going to clean off that because I got as much off of that I could. Now, on my nail, we're going to let this dry while we are setting up. And then I did the designs, and from this plate, I used the stars on this one. I used the spider webs on that one. I did do this one, but I didn't like how it turned, and I just covered that one. I did the spiders, the spider webs and the stars and the moons. I did these stars. Let's see. I did this one, as you can tell. And on this one, I added, that's what this is. So I added this color over, and I'm going to keep this one for a while, so that's why I didn't do the mirage of colors. I just did this polish, and then I did this design in the purple, and I'm going to leave that finger be. So you're going to be seeing that a lot. The rest of them I'll change out. And so there's that one, and then I think we're back to the beginning. Yeah, because there's the stars. I did the spider web. I did those. I did those. I did that one. And where was the other parts that I did? Oh, I think it was this one I did. I did the other things. And then when I got done, I did a very light coating, as you can see, where the sparkle comes in. I did a very light coating of this after I did this. So you do your smooshy, because it's not a water marble, it's not a smoosh, it's not an ombre, but it's a smooshy, because you put all the colors together and smoosh. So I did this, so we'll go ahead and do that and show you. I didn't write this down, so I'm winging it, and that's why it's taking me a bit. So I'm sorry. Next time I'll take notes and do a little bit better of a presentation process. So you got your color. Now this is dried a little bit, so yeah, it's not gonna mess up. So you want just a little tiny coating so that you get the shiny and the sparkle and the pretty that comes into your design. Oh, see, helps to do this on camera so you can see what I'm doing. So it's just a little teeny tiny light dusting, and you can't really see that it's there. I can see it in the sparkle of it, and you'll, when I come closer, see as I go more, you get the sparkle. So it's not really taking on where you're using this as the base polish to actually see the gold. You're just getting a little bit of the shimmer, and that's why I use this one, is just to get that tiny sparkle of shimmer coming through. So now that's a little bit wet, so we're gonna let that dry. And then what design do we want to use? Oops. These sticky stamper stations, they're sticky and they pick up things. So there's that. How about we go ahead and do the Mod Podge of one, and that is on this plate is the M409, and it's this image here on the edge where it's a mixture of the stars, the moon, the pumpkin, all the Halloween stuff, kind of all of a big thing. So then I went through and did the stamping portion in the BAM white. And that's what showed up the best, because I tried a lot of the other colors, and so now you see why I have so many of them. But a couple of them I did do the straight up black, and I didn't like how that came out, and I'll show you why. So we'll do just a little bit of an edge right here. You get a good amount of your polish, and I don't fill in the whole amount because it spreads. I fill in a lot on the section that I've got, and then I'll use my card, and as I do, it spreads over and covers the rest of the section enough that I think I can get a good pickup. So we're going to put that over. We're going to pick up, and I'm just going to do a portion right here so I can show you. I know, line it up. And then that's how it showed up on that. We'll stick that. Okay, and now it's clear, and we're going to put that back out of the way. And then I love the straight up black for a lot of things because it gives that contrast and that distinction. But on this, because I used so many dark colors, this one didn't give me the same pop as the white did, which is why I stayed with the white. And I'll show you here on the straight up black. And we got a pretty good pickup on that one. And this part here where I didn't take the polish down versus where I do have the polish, and I'll show you the difference. Clean that off. The black you can see, but not as well as the white. And then because I did the shiny sparkles under the stamping, even though I stamped over it, you still get a little bit of the glitter effects. And then if you wanted to, after it dries, you could do another thin coat. Another option that you can do that I love using these stampers for is that if you want to be a little more light-handed on things, but you don't have the same dexterity of that yet because it's a learned skill, then you can paint on your stamper exactly how much you want to do, and you can just do one tiny amount on your brush, and then as you stamp, you see as it dries, it starts to pick it back up. So be careful how thin you go. And then you can either let this dry and it becomes a sticker, or you can immediately stamp over something else. And if this happens to dry out, there's a really easy fix for that, which is the sticky base coat. And you can stamp over, and you see it's become a sticker. It just picks right up. It's so nifty and cool and fun how this works out. And then but if you let this dry, and that's basically how you create a sticker, is that you paint on this, or you let this dry, and then the next step would be to do your design. So this is going to dry. We're going to pick, what color do we want for the design? Oh. Huh. I want to find something that is... Hug, please. Okay, we're found a color. This is leather. Leather. There. And that is B368. And then we did just the little strip of that. That away. Find our scraper. Move that out of the way. Sorry for the bump. Scrape that off. Put that back. Now this is dry, but this is wet. This is dry, this is wet, and then you pick up and you have the design. And then you can add this. Oops, that's stuck. See how things happen? You do things. So now you can add this to the spot you wanted to. And the part that just comes up is the part that's wet. See? Because that's what's stuck. And that's how you do a sticker. And there's so much doing these are so much fun. I do this all the time where there's something I want and I want to get dual images. That's how you do that. Is you do a very thin coat, allow that to dry on your sticky stamper. And after that's dry, then you use your polish on the design you want to pick up second. So that's wet. It's on your plate and you pick it up, and then immediately you will put it on your nail. Now, if you're doing something like where you've put this down and this has become dry and it doesn't pick up or doesn't completely stick, don't freak out. That's what the sticky polish is. That if your nails have been dried, which I recommend giving the base a good amount of time to let that be set, unless you're using the plates that are the ones like this, the block plates, and the French tip ones has a square where you can go in and do a very thin coat that you do the scrape and then use your stamper, and it's a very, very thin layer that you can instantly do on your polish, and it's almost instantly dry. It is so cool. So I'll do a video if anybody needs to see that visually done. But that's how I recreated this, how I did this. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoy watching the how-to and me rambling, and I will get better at this, because the more I do this, it'll figure out in my brain how to explain things that you need to get done. But thank you for watching. Please be kind. please help out others as much as you possibly can. I know we have a lot of disasters, and Mother Nature is not a happy camper. There's the fires in Maui, and the various areas throughout California and the West that have had the unusual weather, out of season, and never expected. We were fortunately spared and didn't have a whole much of it that it affected us. We were pretty much dry for all of it, but there was 2 or 3 days where we got some unusual rain that was fun and interesting. So many of the back east, there's so many places that are getting hit. I couldn't even list it all. So if there's a way that you can help, a way that you can do something to help ease the suffering, because I've been homeless in places that surviving a house fire, and it's not fun when you really don't have a place to call your own. So that's just me being a grandma, because I would like to see a better world for our grandkids to grow up in. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate all of you, and the encouragement to do more, the questions and the ideas of things to do more. I have so much coming, especially on my other channel. It's not completely new, but I haven't had much time to do things on it, and there's a whole lot of ideas and a whole lot of things that will be going up over there. I hope you will follow that journey as well. There have been a lot of things people have been asking me to do, and I will share them there because they're not nail related, they're other life situations. So please stay tuned, and there's more to come. Have a wonderful day, and I hope that everything going for you is the best possible version of you that you can be experienced with. Bye.